All right, question for Ease. Would you kill your child, your son, if your God told you to?
You said the Most High told me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is. Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is. Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is.
A 22-year-old woman told hotel workers in Holmes County that she had been directed by God, to go on a shooting spree about the solar eclipse, and that not long after she left the hotel in a purple Dodge Challenger driving to the interstate, traveling west, shooting into two cars. One of the drivers was shot in the neck, the other grazed in his arm.
If your God came to you right now, tonight, in pomp and glory, shining, and he commanded the death of your child, would you sacrifice your child?
If the Most High is going to do it, of course. If the Most High is going to do it, of course. If the Most High is going to do it, of course.
Peter Lucas Moses refers to himself as a radical religious person who is with the Black Hebrews. And he just pleaded guilty to killing a four-year-old and a woman that he was living with. He killed the 4-year-old because he thought he was gay.
Moses believed 4-year-old Higginbotham was homosexual. Klein says Moses took Higginbotham to the garage, played the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew, and shot him. If
God came to you and told you to sacrifice your kid, would you sacrifice your kid?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
God is called the terrible, demon-like power. God is called the terrible, demon-like power. God is called the terrible, demon-like power. So Napa means empty, you could say, or open. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible. Shita means demon, or demon-like or terrible.
According to the criminal complaint, Polite told investigators God told him to shoot Pastor Germany. And he wanted to go to jail to clear his mind.
Would you kill your child or your grandchild if your God told you to?
Oh, man.
So that's a yes?
Yeah, it's a yes. But I think that it would be a test. I don't think the Lord would actually tell you to do it. I think it would just be a test because we can see.
You'd be willing to go through with it?
I'll go through any trial the Lord puts me through.
Leader Yahweh Ben Yahweh, the self-proclaimed Son of God, one day in 1981, her North Dade home became a house of death. Banks and her husband, Carlton Carey, had just returned from talking with police about another Yahweh member who had been decapitated.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hey man, y'all spin a vortex if I can be heard. I see somebody on here saying there's no sound. Y'all spin a vortex, drop some numbers in the chat if I could be heard. Let's go. Let's go ahead and cook today, man. Put these deities in a blender. Let's work.
Been decapitated. Today, Yahweh Ben Yahweh is charged in her attempted murder and the death of her husband. October 1986, Yahweh's takeover in an Opalaka apartment building. 2 residents who were ordered to leave publicly complained. That night, both were shot to death.
Wow. Judah, do you hear me? If the Most High Yahweh tells you to kill your family, would you do it? Yes or no?
Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes.
Oh, Judah, no.
Damn. Judah didn't mean that, y'all.
If the Most High say, put your family down, would you do it for the Most High?
By faith, yes. By faith, yes.
By faith, yes.
But he's going to tell me not to do it, just like he did Abraham. We have a story like that already. Next.
The moral law is that if a child was to be rebellious, towards their parents, they was to be taken down and stoned to death because of that. You see what I'm saying?
Would you do that?
Would you do that if your God came back to you today in glory and said, I want you to stone your son if he get rebellious? Would you? Would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I would.
Wow.
The Most High was to come to you and ask you to off your loved ones. Would you do it, brother?
If I had made the mistake, if I didn't have ancestors inside of me and I made the mistake to make babies with outside nations, and then I heard the download from my ancestors saying that you need to put them away, yes, I will put them away. Yes, I will put them away.
Yes, I will put them away.
Okay, Judah Nazareth, if the Most High come to you and say, I want you to put down your family, I have a better movement for you that I need you to do, would you do it?
They're out of here. They're out of here. They're out of here.
Creator Gang is undefeated. I keep a real pack to steal if whoever want it. Clap, Judah be running laps when he get confronted. Got Devil Cosmon and knock you off of 500. They hit the club, roll up a Judah dub forever blunted. Contemplating on who we gonna take out next. Got Cosmon, Cal, Malaki Macabee the best. The 4 horsemen who understand the business. Contract killers won't hesitate to kill a witness. 21 bodies executed on my hit list. JJ trying to watch me, trying to take pictures. Y'all working with what's in pain, a bunch of snitches. Peer pressure separate the real from the bitches. Niggas be gang gang until you start to bang bang. Let a nigga brains hang on everybody like dang. You thought it couldn't happen. Yahweh wouldn't smoke 9/11 Manhattan. Bullets in his breastplate, both lungs collapsing. Hands reaching in the air for the air, he grasped it. The flyer was made, Sila Shalom, first captain. But the captain ran away, just like if nothing happened. I'm a certified killer. Peel a nigga, cut him open and feed him his own liver. Graphic is how I paint the picture. Shoot shots like a pitcher. Split JJ like a swish. Cut the head off for the lion's den and watch the rest of the body quiver. Core shots I deliver when it's crunch time on the trigger. Got you paired with eagles, fly like seagulls when it's time. I scoot out, shoot out. Air out Yara every time. Standing behind enemy lines, killing my enemies every time. Defend the faith like Muslim Sunni soldiers at a shrine. I facilitate thoughts beyond the thoughts of mankind. Creator Gang is in the prime while you niggas get left behind. Creator Gang is undefeated. Salute, Daryl Cosmon, Cosmon Cal, Malaki Macabee, and the whole Creator Gang. Nigga, we outside with it. All that huffing and puffing don't mean nothing. You step in the dojo.
As the biosphere thinks humans into existence. As the biosphere thinks humans into existence.
As the biosphere thinks humans into existence.
So we recognize the earth and have to take care of it. If it was just a floating mass, we could throw trash where we wanted and do what we wanted to do. If it was just a floating mass, we could throw trash where we wanted and do what we wanted to do.
If it was just a floating mass, we could throw trash where we wanted and do what we wanted to do.
It is in the southeastern side behind Punt that this God exists. It is in the southeastern side behind Punt that this God exists.
It is in the southeastern side behind Punt that this God exists.
And Ra rises in the morning and they're explaining the sunrise and how it comes up in the night. The sunrise and how it comes up in the night.
The sunrise and how it comes up in the night.
Let's talk about my teacher, award-winning scientist Hitoshi Moriyama. He said, when you take the ball and throw it into the sky, that's the beginning of the Big Bang. When you take the ball and throw it into the sky, that's the beginning of the Big Bang.
When you take the ball and throw it into the sky, that's the beginning of the Big Bang.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another show. And today, guys, I will be throwing a basketball in the sky. That's it.
And you're watching the universe expand until it reaches its zenith. When it reaches its height, then the universe is expanded, and in those areas it cools off, and we can tell because the ball starts to come back down. Because the ball starts to come back down.
Because the ball starts to come back down.
Oh God.
Friction is the heat is caused by the molecules moving, speeding up. Nothing is being brought out. Is heat being brought out? Yeah. Nothing is being brought out. Is heat being brought out? Yeah.
Nothing is being brought out. Is heat being brought out? Yeah.
So let me tell you where it's located in the Book of Cosmogony. 38/1.37 to 42 is where it says the sun does not give off heat in the Book of Cosmogony.
Then why is the space between the face of the sun and the face of the earth freezing cold? Objective proof, she don't know what she's talking about. This is from NASA, Webb Telescope. By the way, Webb Telescope is not going out our galaxy, it is going towards the sun.
Conduction and convection can't happen in empty space due to the lack of matter, and heat transfer occurs slowly by the radiative process alone.
Conduction and convection can't happen in empty space due to lack of matter and heat transfer.
Create a gang is undefeated. Create a gang is undefeated. Know that. Know that. They not like us. Separate the real from the fake is a must. We stand on creator and no God we trust. Team Kemet got crushed into powder and dust. Woo! Kemet looking bad now. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many men down? Look at us all running, ducking, trying to skip town. Now power one it in. You Hebrew, what you Kemet now? Siding with the people that enslaved your own people now? Chop you up into pieces and throw you in the river now. Reggie right beside you, get ate by comedic crocodile. Look, we got them running, covering square miles. Scared to death, what's left only to take the crown. Get smashed down on your own stomping ground. We took over like the Hicks on your turf doing a disco. 2-stepping, no half-stepping with the info. You wouldn't even know the book of the dead, bro, if it wasn't for the translation done by my sparrow. Your time's narrow, semi-missiles blow out your arch arrows. Arches down, so goes the pharaoh. I saw him reading the glyphs like he an expert. But where he learned that from? This about to hurt. First translation came from Samuel Birch. European Egyptology gave you it first. You couldn't translate a bird to a word without looking up them European definition verbs. Y'all niggas acting like y'all blackity black. Fronting to the people, man, y'all niggas actually whack. Your pathetic comedic creation myth is a trap. The blind leading the blind with no actual facts. Jabario Saze, you softer than Sade. Come to find out he followed Yahweh. That was your execution. You par Rosicrucian. Western thought you using. You are quite confusing. Don't know what you doing. How my eye got you moving. Right now you are losing. At your wake I'm viewing. R.I.P. communion. Mummy wrapped in ruin. Oahspe is ruling. Science has been proven. All motion moving. You live in an illusion. Who you think you fooling? Think you need some schooling. It's like Reggie out here living in a ghost town. Walking around like I see dead people around. I don't believe in spirits, but I believe them now. Stuttering Stanley, you can have a seat now.
Stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley, stuttering Stanley.
Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. Freaky ass Kemet, they got 69 gods. 69 gods, 69 gods. Create a gang is undefeated. Create a gang is undefeated. And it's gonna remain that way. And it's gonna remain that way.
Create a gang.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Y'all know how we do. We come with the appetizer before we come with the full course meal. Y'all see the title, Malaki Macabee presents similarities and differences. Oahspe headshot versus the Holy Bible. Should be a good one today. I actually did this presentation on the Brother Hilltop channel about 1.5 years ago. 2 years, you feel me? It's always good to slow down and go back over a few things. see what's what. I see y'all in the chat. Let me shout some of y'all out. See what's going on. Love, light, and balance. All praises to the ever-present creator. The all in all, that always was, is, and ever shall be. The mighty and great spirit. The mighty and great spirit. The great I am that I am, whose magnitude is incomprehensible. Everybody know that. And whose presence is everywhere. And everybody know that. Now, if you talking about your quote unquote God or Lord or whoever you talking about, but your God or your Lord ain't ever present, right? Your God or your Lord's magnitude is not incomprehensible. Your God or your Lord is in the form and figure of a man or a woman, or in the case of Kemet, men and animals. How dare you twist your negroidal mouth and dare declare that that's the creator? Creator's unseen, omnipotent, meaning all powerful, all knowledge. Omnipresent or ever present, meaning every word once and yet unseen. Not in the form and figure of a man, woman, animal. That's the game changer right there. So whoever you calling on, if what I just described don't fit the bill, then guess what? You worshiping a false god. Dang, Malaki. Shout out to my brother Daryl Cosmon in the building, the equalizer. Robert McCall. Donatello or the Turtle Gang, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Daryl Cosmon. That's his YouTube handle right there. The brother got some powerful presentations on the way this year. You know what I mean? And that's the one y'all really need to be looking out for. The brother's mind is put it this way. Daryl debunked Einstein's theory of relativity and proved it live. Who you got on your squad that did that? No, nobody, baby, nobody. You already know I rocks with my brother DK, the Donatello or the Turtle Gang. Robert McCall, the equalizer. Look at that. We got intuitive goat, Deshaun LaFay in the building. What's the word, sis? What's the skinny? Love, light, and balance to the fan. Who we got up on the screen, y'all? That's a gangster disciple out of Chicago. And he found himself talking about the creator gang one day, man. What's really going on? Yaffa in the building. Let's cook. Shout out to my sister Yaffa. The fire starter. You and Keela, I tell you. Oh my God, boy. Yep. I get calls about y'all all the time. I just tell them get off my phone. Keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Who else we got up in here? Hub City, City of Compton. Emar Huber lifestyle. What is the word? LD Emar, how you feeling? I know you were saying something about your nerve. I don't know if it's a sciatic nerve or something. Some type of pinched nerve, I think in your neck or whatever. How you feeling though? You feel me? We unleash a massive healing vortex upon you. May it permeate every square inch of your being, from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. You know what time it is. Big Sean, you might have to reboot, big dog. Handle your business. CGG is in the building. We got Dreadful Cosmon, nigga Thustra. The West Side Connect, my brother out here in Cali. How y'all doing? All the California family, Southern Cali. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I heard them winds is dying down out that way. We got Yahoo in the building. What's the word out? Everybody doing up in this deal. We got Essence in the building. What's up, Essence? Love, light, bound. Good hollering at you the other day, sis. Believe that. Got the sister Essence or C. You know what I mean? Sis said she been listening. She was like, hey, that CGG, that creator gang. Yeah. We outside. We ain't throwing rocks, hiding hands, or doing what the foolish do. You know what I mean? Hide your wisdom. Now we ain't doing none of that. Good to see you up in her, sis. You already know. I'm gonna reach out to you when I get up off here. Chop it on up a little taste. Who else we got up in here? Bezel the Oil Light. My brother from New York City, down in Atlanta right now, doing his thing. You already know, bro. Love, light, balance. Great game. Let's eat. What else we got up on this? I see y'all in the business. Sir Bronze Yogurts. My brother Bronze in the building. What's the word? Aki. What is the word? Aki. Good to see y'all in the building, man. Love, light, and balance. Who else we got up in here? Make sure I shout everybody out before we get started. Daughter of the Great Spirit. What's the word, sis? How you be? What is the word? Yeah, the Lord. The game. Hey, that was game changer. Game changer. Got my sister Alberta Henderson in the building. Love, light, balance to you, your husband, your family. You know what I mean? Good looking for tapping in and listening to some of this higher light. This got everybody running for the hills, sis. As if we talking about some blood curdling or something. No. This is, hey, lay to your eyes light. Bang, bang, bang. Got my brother Print Blake from the South. Birmingham, Alabama. My brother Yeshaya. What's the word, huh? I ain't heard not one evil word yet coming out of Oahspe. You know, got everybody running for the hills, foaming at the mouth. Yeah, that's FBG butter. And they call him FBI butter now. That boy a tail for a pig sandwich and a Pepsi, boy. They got him crying all on. I'm like, you guys here, man. Ema say it's a pinched nerve. You got to work that on the body there, Ema. Just me in the building. Elder with all the archives. Hey, look, y'all hit that like, subscribe, share it in all our chats. Shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. Yeah. We love y'all too. Since you're over here, you're going to get this light, though. I know y'all over there peeking. You know what I mean? Running back, trying to, you know, jump in your huddles and smell your own breath, whatever. Y'all see how we moving. Let's see what old FBI or FBG butter got to say. What do you say?
Create a gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
Y'all paying attention out there? Y'all paying attention? The gang is crazy. Yeah, man. Look, if ain't nobody tripping, we tripping. We tripping. Got my brother Bishop XC Double G's, false created decapitate. Oh man, hey, this brother be coming up with all bars. What's the word out? How art thou? I see y'all in the building, man. Butter say they created gang boys is nuts. Y'all better pay attention, man. Y'all better pay attention. Y'all ain't heard of them? Y'all ain't heard of the gang. Impossible.
Create a gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
Hey, if you ain't paying attention, I don't know what.
Create a gang is crazy. Boy, y'all better pay attention.
If you're not paying attention, I don't know what rock you've been living up under these past, you know what I mean, few years and months, but gang been out here, what you call, kicking ass and taking names. Shout out to the 4 horsemen, man. Shout out to my brothers. You know what I mean? My brothers in arms. I mean, me and my brothers strategize. You feel me? Study. We do all that. So when it's time to come on out and put something in a blender or to park something in handicap, man, look, I ain't met another group of bros that get down. And that's saying something coming from me, because I was raised around at least 100 bros in this so-called Israelite movement. I ain't never met no bro like this, ever. You know what I mean? And I ain't just saying studying like bros get down. You know what you mean? You know what I mean? And get down in the blink of an eye. You know what you mean? We got to go box something in because of false God of war. It's one of them like we God tripping. Everybody else in the streets be set tripping. We God tripping. Who you talking about? What's his name? Form and figure of a man. Been seen before. Been worshipped. That nigga false. Get him out of here. Dang. I rock with the bros, man. Salute to the 4 horsemen, man.
We fight as a single, impenetrable unit.
That's how we fight. A single, even though we a team, we fight as one unit. It's impenetrable. Can't break us. Can't penetrate.
That is the source of our strength.
Salute. 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 I rock with my family, man. Believe that. Know that. Dig. What'd you say? Man. Serious business, ain't it? All right, let's go ahead and get started with this. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Matter of fact, hold on. The outline and all that out the way. Y'all see Malaki Macabee of Creative Gang TV presents similarities and differences between the Holy Bible and Oahspe. This Oahspe is making so much noise out here in these days and hours that you know, a lot of people can't call it for what it is. People foaming at the mouth, you know, losing their minds, and really it's all emotion. There ain't nobody, you know, intellectually, spiritually, mentally, physically, none of it, you know, came and showed us that they were superior. I mean, for this to be something that's concocted, made up, green eggs and ham, a Dr. Seuss book, like some of y'all say, it's sure been outshining, and it's been kicking ass and taking names. Yeah, it's been exposing the deities everywhere. You feel me? And if you attach to any type of deity, hit dogs holler. Hit dogs holler. You feel me? If the guy, if what you serving ain't false, then there's nothing to be alarmed about. But why this got people going crazy, foaming at the mouth, losing their minds, and it's all emotional. There ain't nothing like verse for verse. Let's go verse for verse. We came out with the Battle of the Holy Books, folks. Go bar for bar. Let's go see what a higher light at. What's good, right? Don't nobody even want to do that. Now let's get into some of this. So we bring some clarity to the matter. You feel me? Love and light to everybody that's present, everybody that ain't present, and of course, shout out to the haters, jaw jackers, and naysayers. I know you over here, and while you over here, guess what you gonna get? Light. You feel me? Go run and tell that. All praises to the ever-present creator of all creation. Hold on, let's get the vibes going. Hold on, let's get the vibes going. Let's get the vibes going in this deal. What they talking about? What they talking about, bronze? They talking about bronze? Oh. Let's see where we at. Let's get into this. Yeah, let's get the vibes going just right. Oh. Everybody's scared, shivering in their boots. All praises to the ever-present creator of all creation. That always was, is, and never shall be, the mighty and great spirit, the all in all. In this presentation, I will be going over several similarities and differences between the Holy Bible and Oahspe. The purpose of this is to make the masses aware of a higher light than what the mainstream has offered for millenniums. I heard that. You may hear something that resonates with your spirit or something that rattles your spirit. The way I challenge you all to listen closely and timestamp when I see anything evil or demonic. I challenge y'all today with the same thing. Stop me when you hear something evil. Demonic. Blood curdling. Stop me when you hear about chopped off goat heads and yanked organs. Yeah, stop it, man. Blood borders. Stop it. Either way, I challenge you all to listen closely and timestamp when I say anything evil or demonic. Dang. May the Creator enrich you with love, light, and balance. Similarity number 1, Abram and the sacrifice of Isaac. So both talk about this. All right, this right here is Genesis, the 22nd chapter. Genesis 22, 1 through 3, and 6 through 12. It came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham. God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. He said, behold, here I am. And he said, take now thy son, thine only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah. Therefore, burnt offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell thee of. Notice. Abraham understands from the moment biblical God tempted him that he was commanded to offer up his promised son as a burnt offering. In other words, he wasn't tricked into it. Notice that though, y'all. In the biblical account, Abraham knew right at the beginning what it was. To take care. Notice it called him his only son. I thought Ishmael was Abraham's son too. I tripped off there. I said, dang, what do you say? Take now thy only son. Thine only son, Isaac. Only. I found that interesting. Why would the Bible say that Isaac is Abraham's only son? They ain't talking about the promised son or nothing like that. It's a only son. And according to the Bible, Ishmael is Abraham's son too. Verse 3, and Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him, and Isaac his son, and clay the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went into the place of which God had told him. Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son, and he took the fire in his hand and a knife. Look at that. They went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. He said, behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? Now notice he's asking him this, and Abraham already know he's been commanded to gut this little joke. He's been commanded to gut him already. And Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. That's his response, knowing that he already been told to offer him up as a burnt offering. And a burnt offering, y'all, is very, very gory. You got to chop the head off the offering. You got to yank organs. You got to pull rib cages apart, scrape fat off, chop legs, wash organs, legs in water. Then put the chopped off head, the rinsed off organs, the scraped off fat, and the washed off legs in a certain order on the altar. Draw a blood border and light that sucker on fire as a sweet smelling savor to the deer. So it wasn't like he just was told to poke him and let him bleed out. No, which is horrible too. Which ain't no way in this world I would do. Right? But notice he told him, offer him up as a burnt offering. And unless you know what a burnt offering is, you really can't get into how sadistic this commandment is. You know what I mean? Because most people read this and think he just was going to bleed out. No, he was going to have to chop his head off. All you got to do is read Leviticus, the 1st chapter. You won't get down to verse 8. You won't get down to verse 12 before you realize what Abraham was going to have to do to Isaac. But what you got to do to the goat for a burnt offering, you got to do to the person. Look at this. They came to the place which God had told them of, and Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Isaac his son and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. Abraham was going to go through with this. And remember, this is a so-called, remember it said that God tempted Abraham. What God is this? See that? Abraham was going to cut down his son to prove his devotion to biblical God. This sounds familiar because we have the testimony of modern men, just listen to the video, who are devoted to the same deity, boldly proclaiming they wouldn't hesitate to execute their child prove their loyalty. Y'all, we just watched the video when we started class. You heard people say, hell yeah, absolutely yes. That's because the biblical God has commanded at times to offer up your love. Or in the case of Jephthah in Judges 11, he made a vow, and the first thing that skipped out of his house was his daughter. And he had to offer her up as a burnt offering, right? And biblical God accepted. Look at this. And the angel of the Lord called unto him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that you fear God, seeing you has not withheld your son, thine only son, from me. What does Oahspe reveal about Abraham and the sacrifice of Isaac? Pay attention, class is in session. First book of God, chapter 9. If you understand so far that biblical God tempted Abraham, for one, tempted him, right? And in the beginning of the temptation, told him exactly what it was going to be. You about to offer up your son Isaac as a burnt offering. Abraham knew exactly what a burnt offering is. If you don't know what a burnt offering is, all you got to do, y'all, is just lick your fingers. Go to Leviticus chapter 1. Start at verse 1. You won't get to verse 12 before you realize how ridiculous, how gory, bloody. Ain't no way in the hell you would have done that. Huh? Let's get to this. Let's go see the difference. We got similarity story of Abraham, Isaac, yeah. We get some understanding though. All right. What we gonna do is drop down something. Right here. First book of God, chapter 9, Oahspe. We're gonna start at verse 4. Now it came to pass in the early days of Abraham, he told his brothers that the light and power of God were with him. And though others believed in Abraham, yet Lot, Abram's brother, and Lot, Abram's nephew, did not believe in Abraham, saying of him, he was born naturally and was wise because of his own judgment. God said to Abraham, behold, it is an easy matter to commune with spirits. He said, it's easy. Everybody today is spirit communing and talking to the ancestors and the spirit guides. And yeah, he said, that's easy work, though. That's easy work. How do you differentiate between what's for you and what's against you? Anybody can talk. Anybody can be in the communication with the ancestors or, the gods or the spirits or the angels, whatever you want to call them. Anybody can. He just told Abraham, that's easy work. So what everybody bragging about today, oh, I felt it in my solar plexus. I was talking to Abraham. Look, Abraham's God told him that's easy work. Huh? Behold, it is an easy matter to commune with spirits, but to judge righteously regarding them is not so easy. All right? And I talk to, several people. I just, whenever we get to having them conversations, it's like, all right, so what was the message? What was the message? You said you was talking to who? What was the message? The message is going to tell it all. The message is going to let you know who you're dealing with. You either dealing with a force that's for you or against you. Really, when we get to asking questions like that, you feel me? And you start realizing, dang, ain't none of it about the higher heavens or how to get there. It's all earthbound stuff, like you're gonna be rich this time next year, or you're about to meet the spouse of your dreams, or you're about to hit the lottery, or something that makes you more self-centered, not selfless, more selfish. You see what I'm saying? Nothing about progressing mankind. Nothing about the higher heavens, how to get there. Nothing about loving your neighbor as yourself. You know what I mean? That's how you increase your spirit grades, your vibration. Everybody thought it was just smelling sage. Nah, just doing good works before. That's why when you do something good with somebody, you feel good. You know what I mean? You're increasing your spirit rate, your vibration. right? And that's the whole system in order, whether it's in the earth or in the heavens. Who you calling the ancestors that rolled the credit, they live the same way. They live the exact same way that you supposed to live. Love your neighbors yourself. You gotta learn to do something good for somebody. Yeah. Focus on somebody else's salvation, not your own. Good night. Look at this. Now that we know it's easy, that's easy work to commune, but to judge righteously before them is not so easy. For which reason you and your wife and 100 picked men shall go and visit Sodom and Gomorrah in the valley of Siddim. Abraham and his people, when it's commanded by God, and visit the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. God spoke privately to Abraham, saying, I will destroy these cities, for they are like hells for evil spirits. But Lot, the elder and younger, shall escape for your sake. Look at that. When they came to Sodom, behold, angels walked among the people. The people knew they were angels. Look at that. But were indifferent, careless regarding them. And there were laws made by Barak, king of Sodom, regarding the behavior between angels. I mean, it had to make laws. See what I'm saying? It's a lot of wickedness that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, where laws had to be made concerning the intercourse or the interaction between angels and men. Look at that. Abraham, being impressed by the presence of God, said to his people, behold, there are angels that love to dwell in lust. Yeah. And to partake with mortals, to eat with them, lie down with them, partake in all ungodly pleasure. So when you go really, inflame, to get on something carnal, you already know these are angels that's inflaming you or inspiring you to be on that type of time. Yeah. That's all it is. Angels, ancestors, spirits, energy, whatever you want to call them, whatever floats your boat. But notice also, we getting the teachings of Abraham. Where else can you read about Abraham's teachings then? Especially concerning the spirit world. What you know now? There are angels that here you go, boy, inflamed with it. And look, we're mortal. So it ain't like I'm over here talking like I'm any better than anybody. You know what I mean? But just know what kind of angels you entertaining when you on that type of time. You know what I mean? These are not high-raised angels. When you inflame and can't even think straight, boy, and you can't think about nothing but loin warfare, I'm talking about nothing. It must go down. That inspiration is not from the high heavens. That's an earthbound spirit. Those are earthbound angels. These are people who were once so caught up in the throes of lust, they just continue the same vibration once they cross over. Right? So when you in bull mode and ready to get some furniture moving around this deal, just understand where it's coming from. It's not coming from the high heavens. The angels of the Creator, or the ancestors that have risen higher than the earth, are not dominated by the lust. Once you make it that high, they ain't having sex anyway. That ain't what it is. See? So know exactly, like what kind of inspiration is leading you. Know that. Identify as soon as you jump on. So even if you decide to go forth with it, you understand, if you walking forth with a spirit that's in kindergarten, that ain't no high-raised angel, Jack. You know what I mean? That's a wandering spirit. Yeah. Behold, there are angels that love to dwell in lust and to partake with mortals. Yeah. To eat with them, to lie down with them, partake in all ungodly pleasures. Man, y'all learned something from that already. Go ahead and drop some nines in the chat. Let's keep going. Look at just me say. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Let's keep going. Let's get some more of these teachings. Maybe we can add some of this to our spiritual journey. God, through his angels, rained down fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah, and they were burnt and destroyed. Lot the elder escaped and went and lived in the cave. Now after Abraham and his people had returned to Jireh, his camp, and it was night, God said to Abraham, now this is not the creator, this is Abraham's God, right? One of the creator's sons, right? He said to Abraham, be steadfast and show your people so that they may understand my words. And while they were still praying before the altar, God withdrew from Abraham and allowed the evil angels who had followed them from Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at that. You draw near the altar. And one of the angels clothed himself in a great light, and adorned with sparkling gems and a crown. And he appeared so all the multitude of people could look upon him. So the true God, Abraham's God, not the creator, but a son of the creator, right? He told Abraham, hey, look, stand on business. All right, that way your people, everybody that's with you, can understand what this is really about. And so he withdrew from Abraham and allowed the evil angels to follow them from Sodom and Gomorrah. Come on in. And how they appeared? Did they appear like, red pantyhose, pitchforks, smoking a GPC, and hellfire? No. The evil angel came and appeared like everything that would attract you to something. Yeah, sparkling gems. He was decked out. I had a crown on his head. Nigga, this nigga must be that deal. He gotta be true. Here you go looking outward for something. See? That's one of the main ways you can be deceived, by just looking at something outward. Navigating through the spirit world, having these spirit communication, opening up your chakras. And I ain't against none of it. Whatever your experience is, you know what I mean? At least learn how to navigate through it. At least learn how to identify what force is for you and what force ain't. Because this is an evil angel who came looking like hands down, hearts down. Ain't nothing to be fearful of this. This cat is studded out. If anything, they in awe of him. He got a crown on his head. He got heavenly jewels. He's shining. You thinking this your God. Look at this. Abraham said, who are you? See? Straight to business. You ain't gotta, be talking some type of foreign language that you don't understand. Look right to it. If you communicate spiritually, be a straight shooter. Now, enough with the word salads. Don't come off in spirit like you a Saw and Kai talking about the damn, what did he say? The biosphere births humans into existence. The sun comes up at night. Look, we ain't dealing with the word salads. If you call yourself spiritual and tapping in, you better be shooting straight with your words. I mean, think about it. As many as scandalous people, there's 8 billion people on this earth. Over half of that is, over half or maybe even 3/4 of that, some way, shape, form, or fashion are scandalous. Well, y'all, it's triple to quadruple that in spirit. How many? And look, it's more scandalous spirits than it is physical people in this earth. So you need to know how to navigate. You need to know what to say. You just, go on with whatever looks good and make you feel good for the moment. No, you're gonna look, you're primed to be deceived. You're primed to be deceived. You know what I mean? You can't look, don't never go off what a thing look like. Right? You are listening for the message and what a thing is doing. What's the message and what is the behavior? You dig? Look at this word. Abraham said, who are you? The Spirit said, I am your God. Look at that. Ruler of heaven and earth. Hold on. We all know this is an evil angel. We all know it. Pump faking like it's Abraham's God. He come studied out, looking good, all that. Right? Abraham asked flat out, who are you? The evil angel said, I'm your God. So if you looking for a thing, if you looking for, say, for instance, the return of Yeshua or Jesus, and okay, well, obviously, you gotta have so much concentrated forms of melanin. You gotta have red, the whites of his eyes gotta be bloodshot red. His feet gotta be blacker than tar. His voice gotta be of many waters, and his afro gotta be gray and perfectly round. That's what you're looking for. The first one in spirit that show up looking just like that, guess what you gonna become? A slave to it. And trip off it the whole time. It's a false god. See that? You gotta be careful. You know what I mean? You gotta be careful. You look, be a straight shooter. Look at this. Abraham said, well, I am your servant. What may I do for you? The Spirit said, you should take your only son, Isaac, and your host will meet you at Sodom and Gomorrah, and go with me where I will lead you. Well, I have a great work. He said nothing about me. Isaac, none of that. Just tell him, take him with you, right? I got a great work for you. Abraham said, I will do whatever you put upon me to do. So in the morning, Abraham and his son Isaac and the host who had been with Abraham started to make a more assembled together. Abraham spoke, saying, word to, O God. Spiritually communicating, right? In which there are thousands, if not millions of people with that gift in the earth in this day and time. Oahspe call it stewards. I mean, there are those amongst us who are clairvoyant, clairaudience, telepathic, some people into, telekinesis, all that. So I'm never the one to knock any of the gifts, like, you understand? My whole deal is to show you what to listen for and what to say, how to navigate through that. Because more than likely, the spirit you run into ain't gonna be for your resurrection or your benefit. More than likely. Feel me? You will only know, not based off what it looked like, based off what it's saying and its action. If y'all understand that, drop some nines up in the chat. Let me make sure this is easy to understand. That's what we gonna do. CGG gonna make it make sense to you. Create a game, we gonna make it make sense for you. Ain't gonna make it all hard and you can't understand it and try to speedball something past you. No, we gonna slow this right on down. You understand? We're gonna reflect and meditate on it and be like, dang, that's deep. I ain't got the strip off. Good vibes. All praise to the ever-present creator. All right, so I got some nines up in the chat. Let's keep reading. The spirit answered, saying, take sticks and a firebrand, take a torch, and come to the summit of the hill over there. You shall restore the rights of burnt offering. So this false God who's punk faking like it's Abraham's God, the ruler of heaven and earth. So Abraham, you about to lay something down. You about to kill something, right? And specifically, this ain't a trespass offering or a peace offering or a volunteer free will offering. This is a burnt offering. Read Leviticus chapter 1, 1 through 12 and get your mind blown on what Abraham would have had to do. He would have had to dismember, remove extremities, chop the head, sink that blade to his chest cavity and pull down like he unzipping a jacket or something. And then pull the chest, the ribs and all that, and get up in there and pull out. And once you got everything broken, pulled out, then you go up in there and get the yanking organs. He had to do that to his son. Yeah. You still think that's the creator, the God maker, telling you to do that? Why do you think all the misfits said they would absolutely kill their children if God told them to? Because God told Abraham to do it. And he was willing to do it. See that? That's what everybody's scared of. You scared to identify and to address. You scared to identify and address the character flaws of who you've been worshiping. You scared of it. Scared of that. You know what I mean? Man, like if it's off, it's off. We not gonna sit up here and call dung sugar. Nah, that's dumb. You know what I mean? We ain't going for it. That's dumb. Sorry, I'm gonna check the chat real quick, y'all. Hold on one second. Now watch this. Anybody wanna run their mouth and talk crazy? No, we're not dealing with none of that. All right, we're gonna make this thing make sense for you. That way you ain't got nothing else to say, you ain't got no excuses. It's like, nah, bro. That's a false God talking right there. You feel me? Nah, that right there is off. And no matter what you look at in life, you'll be able to navigate through it. You know what I mean? Turn all that down. Follow the Great Spirit. That's right. Look at this. You shall restore the Spirit answer, saying, take sticks and a firebrand and come to the summit of the hill over there. You shall restore the rights and burnt offerings. Abraham told the people what God had said, so they began, and Isaac carried the bundle of willow, because it's basket makers, you know what I'm saying? This will light the Lord's pieces, but what will you burn for an offering, O Father? And Abraham said, God will provide. Okay. And when they ascended to the place, Abraham gathered logs and heaped them up, and Isaac placed the willows. Then the Spirit, remember, this is a false God, an evil angel, pumped bacon, like it's Abraham's God, right? Look what he said. Then the Spirit spoke, saying, what shall a man love above all things in the world? And Abraham said, God. The Spirit said, for which reason you shall offer your only son, Isaac. That's the burnt offering. Good night, boy. And it shall be testimony before your people that you will obey God, even to the sacrifice of your own flesh. What did Abraham say? Abraham said, show me that you are God. Show me that you are God. Show me that you are God, that I may not err, for I have been commanded not to kill. You see how you try the Spirit? Here you go. You just opening up doorways and starting to talk and opening up portals. You don't know who you talking to. You don't even know how to identify if the Spirit is for you or against you. You don't even know. Right? So I'm never the one to say neglect your gifts, but know what you're doing. Girl, look, what city you going to? Hey, well, you know, stay off the west side and the north side of that city right there, especially at night. Why, Malaki? Because them jack boys is out. You know what I mean? The sharks is out. That's why. It's blood in the water. You don't need to be in that part of town. You feel me? Especially at nighttime. You see? You don't open up your door and go outside and just assume that everybody is for you. No, you be on the point. You be on lookout. Because in any moment, somebody could flip out. You know what I mean? Or something, some type of force can come against you that's against you. So if you like that in corporate, if you like that in the physical, tangible world or reality, you need to be 100 times that in spirit. Who is you? What you want? What's the message? Oh, no, I'm cool. I only roll with the credit. Right? What you have today is people, spiritual gurus, telling you spirit. But no one is showing you how to navigate through it, what to say. You see? And you'll get you about this, y'all. You're priming yourself to be deceived once you cross over. Priming yourself to be deceived. Huh? Watch this. Oh, Abraham said, no, you got to show me you God, because I've been commanded not to kill. Look what this false God do. Now you learning. You learn how to properly converse, what to say. And the spirit departed away from Abraham. The false God departed away from Abraham. The evil angel pump faking like it was Abraham's God departed away from Abraham. When did he depart? Once Abraham tried the spirit, tested the spirit and said, you got to prove that to me. That's your conversation. Your conversation need to be that in spirit. You got to prove that to me, Jack. What you mean, you God? What you mean, go kill that? You got to show me you God now. Because last I checked, show stop. Huh? You commanded me not to kill. You notice in that video we showed of the Bruce saying they would kill their children. Not one person said, hell no. We got somebody else saying, hell yeah. Not one person said, hell to the no, I'm not doing that. We got a commandment not to kill. Well, you know, not to kill me, not to shed innocent blood to his murder. What the hell Isaac do to Abraham for Abraham to chop his damn head off? What is we even talking about? If the commandment is not to kill, who is Buddy telling you to go kill? Where you go trying to make it all the same deity? No. That's where you mess up at. So if you out here in the spirit world communicating, which a lot of people are, and walking in your purpose and you know, turning your gifts on and all that, which a lot of people are, ain't nothing wrong with that. Know what to say and how to maneuver though. Huh? If you was coming to St. Louis, I'd tell you what parts to stay away from, especially at nighttime. You better not be caught down there. You better not get caught in the JVL once the sun go down. You done lost your mind. You better not get caught on certain in certain spots on that west side or that north side when that sun go down. Hell, East St. Louis. If you in East St. Louis when the sun go down, boy, you better be going to the strip club. That's it. It ain't nothing else to do over there. But get robbed. You give your loved ones the heads up. Like, hey, look, keep your head on the swivel, man. You understand? Watch out. Watch out. Them boys ain't playing over there. Right? It's the same thing in the spirit world. That's what the gang is here to do. Show you how to navigate through it, man. For too long, people were just claiming they talking, and then, you know, depending on what kind of sports you bump into, you got people losing their minds and just tucking tails and running over the jeepers, and it's like, boy, look, y'all really don't know what the hell going on because you was never taught what to say or how to navigate. You just opening up doors. Diddly-doo, neighbors! You just Ned Flanders in spirit. Everybody's your friend. Huh? Everybody's benevolent. No. What kind of world you live in? And the spirit departed away from Abraham, perceiving that he knew the higher law. And Isaac was grieved at heart, for he desired to witness what a sacrifice was. He don't even know, boy, you was about to be that sacrifice. What the hell wrong with you? You was about to get your head removed off your shoulders. You was about to get your chest cavity unzipped, ribs separated and broken, organs yanked, back scraped, legs chopped off. Dang. You can't be serious. And the people seeing a ram there in hand and thought it slaughtered you. Look at that. Sprinkle the blood on the sacrifice. Look at that. And they lit the fire, roasted the flesh, and then took it and gave it to the poor. And Abraham called the place Jehovah Jireh, and they returned to the camp. Abraham, being moved by God, spoke before the people. Y'all getting some understanding thus far. Go ahead and drop an 8 up in the chat. Let's get to what Abraham was talking about. Because on your spiritual journey, you need to have these little pros with you. You need to know. You need to know. Most of you just see something, your knees will get to slapping like you a naked newborn. You go right to your knees and 30 at 30. You don't even know this is a false god that you just became a slave to. Think it's a game? What you think, gang? What you think I'm playing? Hold on. Show you how real this kid. No gang. What a gang. Look, listen to me. We gonna make it make sense for you. We gonna make it make sense for you. Let me show you the reality of this. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. A lot of people so busy they don't have time to really slow down and look at what we're talking about. Tap in. Look, always take some time to feed yourself spiritually. Like that's the balance. You need that, especially in the Cosmon era. Right? You don't just go overboard and just load your flesh up. No, you need to balance out. Right? Take some time, several times during the day to release them carnal thoughts about what. Be thankful for right now. You feel me? Now watch this. I think it's a game, man. It's a game. This right here is the Book of Judgment. We're gonna go right back to the presentation. Let me show y'all something. One of my favorite spots in there. It just lay it all out for you. Like, look, you think what you think. What you thought. Book of Judgment, chapter 20 and 15. Yet because of such worship, this you shall prove, that whoever of the ancients was great, or whatever God was well known. Think about the well-known gods: Jesus, Yahweh, Baal, Allah, and Osiris, whoever you talking about, or whatever God was well known, that you set your soul on the Lord. Behold, familiar spirits, wandering spirits, spirits of the dead, will come to you to deceive you. Huh? Professing to be that ancient or that God. Didn't that just happen to Abraham? Didn't the evil angel tell him he was his God, the ruler of heaven and earth? You just opening the doors to every spirit. Come on in, have you some coffee. I just look at the gang be over here like, oh my God, what are they doing? Huh? Everybody's your neighbor. Now you a Mr. Rogers Israelite. Everybody's your neighbor. Somebody in the spirit, man. You just open, look, listen to me. You just opening up any type of door and just talking. Look what he told you. Whatever, look, listen to me. Whatever God you worship, when you die, there are familiar spirits that's gonna come to you, and they wait to deceive you. And guess what they're gonna tell you? The same thing that you angel told Abraham, I'm your God. Now you know if it is or ain't. It look just like everything that you've been imagining. It look just like the biblical description of who your God supposed to be. You ain't gonna question none of that. You ain't gonna question none of that. Dang. And if you believe them, and if you believe this familiar spirit claiming to be your God, and if you believe them, then this too you shall prove. When you are dead, and your soul risen from the dead, behold, some deceiving spirit will come to you to use you. Nor shall you discover for a long season that you have been the dupe and slave of an unscrupulous master. You want to know why CGG goes so hard? We trying to save you from worming on your belly and being jack naked on your wiener, being a slave to one of these false gods. Because you're going to be worming on your belly, on your little wiener. Huh? Just with the hope that you can see the silhouette of your God on a throne from at least 1,000 yards out. You can't even get up on it. And you won't realize for a long time, hold on, man. Look, I'm a willing slave to an unscrupulous master. See, it starts when you're in the flesh, when you breathe in the earth. In the earth, you're immortal. You're so holy and devoted. You're so religious. All that extra stuff. You don't even realize, hold on. How you know you ain't been dealing with a false God this whole time? Because when you dead and are risen from the dead, the deceiving spirits are coming. While you was living, you was quoted and devoted to the false God. Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, you prime. The demons and Rouges over there like, yeah, as soon as that nigga die, he mine. Got him. Look at this. Show you how real this is. How many scandalous spirits it is in the heavens. What are you talking about? For this day in the lower heavens, there are millions of false Brahmas, millions of false Buddhas, millions of false Christs. What kind of Jeebas you want? You want an East Indian Jeebas or a Bantu Negro from the Congo Jeebas? Or you want a Jeebas from New York City? What you want? They got a Christ for every bump on your face. They got a Christ for you, or a Buddha, or a Brahma, or an Allah, and millions of false Gabriel gods. Look at this. Whoever binds himself to these names while on earth becomes a fit subject. Perfect slave. For just demons to fall upon. I think it's time to sit back and stop the milly-mouth and it's time to listen. That's all. I'm gonna get mad because it wasn't you that's bringing this out. Like, look later for that. As long as it's coming out, who cares who it is? Don't matter if it was coming from a cockroach. If it's the truth, then look, trip off this. It's just what it is. Look at this. Do not think that great wisdom comes suddenly by dying. I mean, you ain't gonna gain. You ain't gonna get all of a sudden just so smart and spiritually intellectual when you die. No. In your early entrance into the spirit world, the S world, you shall be easily deceived. See the deception? That's what Abraham talking about. Deception. You so caught up on what a thing look like. That's why being a racial bigot destroys you spiritually. Because the basics of the spirit realm is you can't even trip off what something look like. You can be deceived like that. We don't care nothing about you doing a miracle. We don't care nothing about what you look like. What's the message? What you got for me? Huh? Nah, you gotta prove that. If not, keep it moving. Because the only power it has is what you give it. A false God would have no power. If none of the inhabitants of this earth would give it power or give them power, they would have no power. Only got power based off the power you give it. This. Right. For which reason you shall school yourself every of your life. That your creator only is your God. Look at that. Say this to yourself daily. I do several times a day. Got it locked right here. You know what I mean? So whenever I go to sleep or dream, you know what I mean? And the day that I transition and cross over, I'm already ready. I'm on it. What you mean? I'm looking for somebody to pop up telling me that it's my maker. Nigga, your breath stank. What you mean? I only roll with creator. Keep it moving. See? The deception, look, you already primed for the hit. You already primed for the hit. For which reason you should school yourself every day of your life that your creator only is your God. You talk God, right? Yeah. Because creator is the God maker. But most people don't know nothing about creators, so they talk God today. So only your creator is your God. And that you shall never see him as you see a man. Or an angel. But that you can see him every day in the glory of his works. You want to see the creator, you want to see proof of the creator, go study creation. This faith in your soul, you shall die and enter heaven fearlessly. And when a pretended God or Savior comes to you, asking worship or tribute, you shall know in truth that he is false. If you're learning how to spot the deception, all right, drop some sevens in the chat. Drop some sevens in the chat. See that? Nah, ain't nothing but benefits over this way. Nothing but benefits over this way. Let's get back to presentations, the similarities and differences between the Holy Bible and Oahspe. Easy work. We're gonna make it make sense for you. That's it. That's it. You know, some of y'all are still on the fence. No, we're not doing no type of damn seances to the devil. We ain't drinking no blood. Now we're worshiping a man. I curse the man, highly melanated or pale as snow. Hell to the no. Now we ain't devoted to no ancestors or nothing. No, no matter what spirit or ancestor or angel come holler, hey, I'm shooting straight. What you got for me? What you got for me? Abraham about to teach you how to, what to say and how to identify if that spirit, angel, ancestor is of the creator or not. See that? We out here working. We out here working. Easy work. Easy work. We always say we don't want to go to pine or heaven. Chestnuts roasting. Most of you serve the deity because you scared your nuts is gonna roast forever. Dang, so who you call the creator or your God has scared you into obedience. Dang. I would pose the question: do you really love the God you worship? You're only doing it because you're scared of your nuts roasting forever. That's right. Follow the great spirit. I like this. My brother Yada was the word, brother. Shout out to my brother Yada L.L. Young, my sister Elisa Edwards. Family from up in Ohio, man. Nothing but love, light, just and health and balance and all that good stuff in between y'all, man. Y'all know I love y'all. Off the back. Shout out to the bro 4Extra, boy. That brother is fun, boy. Off the back. Shout out to the brother 4Extra. Let's get back to this. Chapter 10, first book of God. Shout out to the brother Nasim Elohim in his day. Abraham said, this testimony I declare to you regarding which your own brethren are witnesses, that even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels. Slow up right there. Chosen of God are the Israelites, correct? Abraham, Israel's grandfather, basically, said even the chosen can be deceived by evil angels, evil ancestors, spirits. All you gotta do is look at the behavior, y'all. According to voted Orthodox Israelite, hey, it's murder, it's all that. We told you. I think I'll lay something down if God told me to. Even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels, for they can take the evil angels, the false gods, and take any name. Yahweh Bahashem Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yaquwa. One brother say Yaquwa. What's the one Mormon Israelite Negro? They say Yahweh. One brother came out with a higher 10, 12, 15 years ago. A higher. Look what Abraham just told you. He just told you an evil angel, an evil ancestor, a false god can take any name. Here you go. Oh, you don't even deal with the brothers and sisters who don't pronounce the name like you. Hold on. An evil God, an evil angel, a false God can come in the very name you calling on. It ain't in the name either. Ain't how you identify if that spirit is for you or not, because they come saying the name that you pray to. They can take any name and form, meaning they can come in the name you pray to and come looking exactly how you thought they would look. He popped up looking like Denzel Washington. He popped up looking like Billy D. Williams. Here you go. You done found out Jesus is black or melanated like you. And that gotta be him. That angel tell you to do something totally contrary to what the creator is doing. Let that resonate for a minute. An evil angel can come in any name you calling on that you praying to. And take on any form. You see why I tell you in your early entrance into the spirit world, you're gonna be deceived. You tripping off the name they saying. You tripping off how a thing look. Boy, man, look, hey, you better be careful. And then Abraham is on her teaching. And even the chosen of God can be deceived by evil angels, for they can take any name and form. And having no fear of God before them, declare falsehood or a lie for truth, darkness for light. Down to verse 3. For which reason you shall not seek signs and miracles. That's not the way you figure out if a spirit is for you or against you, because they did a miracle. Man, it made my cup levitate. Here you go. Blew your drawers out. You 30 at third. Like, what? Again, y'all, people are claiming that they so spiritually deep and all that because of these things. For which reason you should not seek signs and miracles, for these may be from who? Evil spirits. Yes. Evil spirits do miracles too. Here you go, tripping off a name it's saying, what it looked like, and if it can do miracles. The whole time it's a false god looking to enslave your soul so you can worm on your belly and your little wiener, praising it. Nah. We got to make it make sense. That's it. Watch it. Deity danger. Warning. Watch out, man. Watch out. I mean, look at this. Which reason you should not seek signs and miracles, for these may be from evil spirits, even though they show their bodies or converse learning. It is not in the power of man to know by words and signs or by oaths or promises what is true. You can't even properly discern what truth is if you're tripping off a miracle, tripping off a name, tripping off how it looks. You can't even properly discern truth. You already jacked up. You already behind the 8 ball. You already up dumb creek without a paddle. Look at this. But the Father has created one thing besides his own life. For which reason be believing toward men and angels. And when they teach you according to the Creator, life to all and happiness to all, without sacrifice, murder, or the bloodshed of men. Hey, listen. You want to know if that spirit or the ancestor you in communication with, what is it talking about? Is it teaching you according to the Creator, life, liberty, and love to all without the sacrifice of it? Without the sacrifice of a man or an animal, a woman, life to all, happiness to all. So look, it ain't even talking about bondage, slavery. Here you go, can't wait to enslave white folk. That ain't the creator that's inspiring you. Talking about you can't wait to whip the back off your slaves. No. That ain't creator. It's a false god. Getting your back whipped don't bring happiness. To all. Life to all. Without the sacrifice to any. They are holy. Now ask yourself, if you've been in spiritual communication, are these the communications you've been having? It is. Get some more examples. What are you talking about, Malachi? Look at this. If man or angel says visit the sick and administer to the distressed, follow his advice, for it is of a father. Look at that. Look at that. But if man or angel says do this, you shall have profit where you go. So you have your own gain, right? Because again, an evil angel can come talking to you, but not really inspiring you to do like spill no blood. But the message can be all about you being self-centered. You getting the standing applause and it's centered around you. That ain't of the creative reason. It ain't just because it's bloodshed that is created. It's also anything that can nurture that selfish, egotistical spirit that's lying dormant in man. But if man or angel says, do this, you shall have profit or applause. Do not obey him. Do not obey him, for he advises for yourself, not for the brotherhood of man. He is not of God. So now you got to watch all the spiritual communications that's been coming through that you've been entertaining. That's self-centered. Now remember, Creator gave all away so you could have salvation. You could have life. Creator is selfless, and Creator is always creating, not giving away all. He creates all. See, so that's the spirit we need to be. You feel me? You more concerned about somebody else's salvation than your own. That's how it works. Yeah, the salvation that religions are teaching is a selfish salvation. It's all about you. So your chestnuts don't roast. Chestnuts roasting. So your nuts don't roast up. The ones that roll with the Creator ain't even concerned about their own salvation. They're concerned about yours. And I need to raise that blood up. Look at this. For spirits will come. Look at this. For spirits will come disguised as your fathers and mothers who are dead. Talking to you. Yeah. You had those times when you run into your loved ones who have passed on. Spiritually speaking. Again, this ain't saying it don't happen. It's saying it's showing you how to properly identify. That really is your father, mother, loved one, or if that's an angel coming in disguise that's your love. Again, you only know through the message. For spirits will come disguised as your fathers and mothers who are dead. See, so if something pop up looking like your loved one, again, you're looking on the outside. That must be Pops. That must be Granny. It looked just like her. Look just like her. Y'all, again, you're in communication with the spirit world, right? Spirits will come disguised as your fathers and mothers who are dead, professing love and what profit to you. Do not believe them, except when they teach you to sacrifice self for the good of others. All right. Y'all see that? See that? It ain't hard. It ain't even hard. We've been programmed to handle up a total different way, but it ain't hard at all. So the spirit will come in your dreams. Maybe one of your loved ones who have passed on. But now you know spirits can disguise themselves as that loved one. So don't believe nothing they say unless they are teaching you. Unless the message is to sacrifice yourself. That's powerful. That's powerful. It's powerful. His heart having profited in herds and gold and silver, say, behold, God has blessed you. But I say to you, they are cursed and not of God. Abraham, tell him. See, again, you tripping off what something looked like on the outside. You figure because he got his bag, it's all good. He must be blessed of God. He look at Abraham and say the opposite. But I say to you, they are cursed and not of God. Has he gathered you together because you were rich? You were who? Slaves. You know that history all too well. You're not gathered to the Creator because you got riches. You got all the resources. No, you were slaves and in poverty. Sound familiar? Sick and in bondage. He came and will live with you. Be like him and he will abide with you. See, so it takes the change in the mindset, perspective. All that. Don't nobody got it better than you in the world. Fake this. Nobody. They don't got the system in order. They don't know where they going, what they gonna be doing. You know what I mean? How to get to the higher heavens and what you can do to get there. You understand? I don't know nothing about that. Like what to talk about in the spirit world when these spirits come hollering at you. How do you know if it's benevolent or malevolent? You don't know. You don't know. You just saw a cup levitate and blew your drawers out and became quoted and devoted. No, you're primed to be deceived. You're primed to be worming on your wiener as a slave in your God's kingdom. You understand? Screaming holy, holy, holy all day. That's a cold game. Look at this. If a man comes to you saying, behold, this is my coat, give it to me. You shall say, prove yourself as to who you are. Right? Constantly doing that. But if a man comes to you saying your herd is going astray, you should not say to him, prove yourself as to who you are, but go and see after your herd. If a spirit says, behold, I am your father, say to him, it is well. Or that's what's up. What do you want? Look at that. Look at that. Spirit comes looking just like your pops. Just like your old man, right? What you supposed to say? That's good, you my father. What do you want? You're learning to maneuver and communicate spirit, right? You got to be a straight shooter. You can't be around her playing. You can't be around her, red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, patty. No, this is real. There's what you call the spirit world is more of a reality than what you can tangibly handle. That's what Oahspe reveals. Like, dang. Scary. I'm in here, I go this whole time, thought I was in communication with something that was, and it was a self-centered message. It may not have been nothing about spilling no blood, but it definitely was a selfish, self-centered message about me. And when he answers you, consider if his words are of God, which are from the glory of the Creator. And if his words are not of God, you should challenge him to prove himself. See, even if a spirit comes disguised as your father, you got to prove that. That's what's up. You hook. It is well. What do you want? See, if you're not prepared to be a straight shooter in the spirit, you're wasting your time. Yeah. If his words don't line up with God, which is for the glory of credit, challenge him to prove himself. You got to prove to me you God. Just like Abraham did when the angel told him to kill his child. You got to prove that. That don't line up. Remember, love, life, and liberty to all without the sacrifice of any. As God is captain of heaven and earth to all righteous souls, so there is a Satan who is captain over evil spirits. And to the extent that the king's people do not have faith in the Father, so their souls fall prey to Satan. Verse 13. This. Yet neither shall man flatter himself by saying, behold, I have joined the faithless or Israelites that's in Oahspe. Anybody thinking that the Israelites are not Israelites for life, no finger, baby. Or anybody think this is an anti-Israelite? No. What we're doing is bringing you back into the light by showing you the proper behavior and character of your Creator, and that's what you're supposed to do. Not the gods, the Lords, the Saviors. None of that. None of that. You know what I mean? And we put blood in the water just based off character and behavior. What's the message? Yet neither shall man flatter himself by saying, behold, I have joined the Israelites. My soul shall escape hell. For in that day and hour, God may be putting him to the test. See if his heart is for good works and holiness. For because you profess God, chosen, right? Because you profess God, you are doubly bound to practice godliness in your behavior toward men and angels. Ooh. Wave, y'all get some understanding. Drop some foes up in the chat, boy. Whoa! Gotta practice godliness in your behavior toward men and angels. Difference number one. Notice in Oahspe, it is not Abraham's God that tempts him to offer up Isaac. It's a false God, pump faking like he's a real deal. Also notice that as soon as Abraham realized the deity wanted the blood of his son, he quickly told God to prove himself. The false God perceived Abraham knew the higher law of not shedding blood, and he immediately departed. Getting some understanding in this deal. We getting some understanding in this deal. I see y'all. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. All right, the beginning of Abraham's story in Oahspe, first Phoenician Bible, being a man chosen by God for the children of Arabia, Africa. Now, this goes into Abraham's physical description. Out of the host of Persia, who were of the people of Shem, so okay, who existed since the days of the flood, came Abram, a man chosen by God in the Oahspe, so this is 3953 BCE, for the deliverance of the Israelites or the faithless of Africa. Look at this. Show y'all this. Oh, I'm tripping. Look at this right here. Look what it's saying about Abraham. Abraham was of pure blood and an AQUOLINA. And the light of Suez had been with his forefathers. The Abraham clairvoyant, these gifts that everybody unlocking in these days. And you know, the great men had what's called Suez. You know, they were seers, clairvoyant, telepathy. They can see, hear, and speak in the spirit world. And the light of Suez had been with his forefathers and foremothers since the flood. He was large and red. Abraham was large and red like blue copper, and had black hair and a long beard. First to look upon. One of them jokers you look over and turn your head back. But his soul was gentle as a woman. Abraham could see without eyes and hear without ears, knowing things by the light of God which dwelt in him. For which reason God chose Abram to gather together the faithless and Arabia, Africa, and the adjacent countries, even as he had appointed POLO. Japheth, shout out to all the faithless, right? It wasn't just Abraham during this time. Abraham, Rama of India, Poe of China, and shout out to our granddaddy Oahspe, man, the great American Aboriginal Indian 6,000 years ago, BACCARAT. So the description of Abraham and Oahspe, even though the pictures don't do no justification. So we keep it real. The pictures look weird, but this is Abraham is described as a man like this. See that? What did it say? It said that he was large and red like blue copper. That's a copper skinned man, and had black hair and a long beard, first to look upon. Yeah, he was an ugly joker. Look at him and say, oh, dog. Oh, no, it done went sideways. But they say his soul is gentle. Difference number 2. While the Holy Bible and Oahspe both speak of Abraham, Oahspe gives the physical appearance of him. Oh, guesswork over here. What's the color of new copper? There it is. See that? Similarity number 2, the story of Moses. We just showed Abraham. All right, let's get into Moses. While we talk about Moses too, Rabbeinu Moshe. Rabbeinu Moshe. Story of Moses, we know it well. The book of Exodus, chapter 2, 1 through 10. Story of Moses. All right. Let's see what Oahspe says about the birth of Moses. Let everybody get some understanding. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. Okay. All right, Ark of Bond, chapter 14, Oahspe, headshot. Under the Egyptian laws, to worship the Great Spirit, Jehovah was accounted a sufficient crime of idolatry. Heard that? Meaning the Israelites were not even admitted to the courts to be tried for an offense, but fell under the jurisdiction of the master, for whom they labored, and his judgments were beyond appeal. It was a crime to worship the Great Spirit in Egypt. That's crazy. Now, at the time of the birth of Moses, there were 13 million inhabitants of Egypt. And of these, 4 million were who? Faithless Israelites. Servants of the Great Spirit. They declared it a crime. 4 million were faithless of Israelites, more or less. For among the Israelites, not all were of full faith. But many to shirk the rigors of the sun laws, SUE, professed to be worshippers of God, Osiris. and they would also enlist as soldiers and otherwise connive in the ways of men. Sake of favors. For which reason the Sun King Pharaoh feared the time might come when the Israelites would revolt against the sun laws or become soldiers and confederated with foreign kingdoms for the overthrow of the Egyptian dynasty. For more than 300 years, the god Baal and the goddess Ashtaroth had driven the foreign kingdoms to war. And as a consequence of these wars, the faithless had fled into Egypt and even accepted servitude rather than be slain elsewhere. Look at that. Real Israelites, y'all, don't go to war. That's hard to swallow, I know. Most of y'all can't wait for Russia to launch some nuclear missiles out their silos. You can't wait for you to get power from on high to start killing. Meanwhile, you're doing everything opposite of what a real Israelite does. Real Israelites don't go to war. I'm saying, we the real ones, the gang war. We the ones telling you weapons down. We the ones telling you don't go to war, don't shed blood, don't kill your children. We the real ones. It ain't everybody online. They can't wait to kill something. That's how you know. And that's just one way to prove they not even Israelites. They're not even following the true administration, you know what I mean, and doctrine of Moses or Yahshua. They're not even following that. It's something totally different. For which reason the Sun King Pharaoh feared the time might come when Israelites would revolt against the sun laws or become soldiers and confederated with foreign kingdoms for the overthrow of the Egyptian dynasty. For more than 300 years, the god Baal and the goddess Ashtaroth had driven foreign kingdoms to war, and as a consequence, of these wars, the faithless had fled into Egypt and even accepted servitude rather than be slain elsewhere. The creators had said, behold, my enemies, and killing one another, frighten off my chosen. Now I will lead them into Egypt together and give them a great leader who shall restore my doctrines to them. And afterward I will deliver them into lands of their own. Y'all drop some ones in the chat if you understand that true Israelites don't go to war. Yeah, they accepted servitude in Egypt before they went to war. Because the Creator doesn't ordain or condone warfare. That's simple. Creator don't condone warfare. Oh, you about ready to die and kill over God and country. What God you talking about? Because if something that if the so-called government came against us right now, we out of here. What the hell you mean? We got to go somewhere else and build up a paradise. But what we not about to do, we did is spill blood and die over a locality. We didn't even make it. This is all the creator. This is the creator's creation. How dare I sell it? That's another thing. Just selling land, sell it, or spill blood over it. Trip up how pompous you got to be to stake a claim in land. Like, this is mine. It's mine so much I can even sell it. No, bro. It's like it ain't yours. Chapter 15, Ark of Bomb. Chapter 15, Ark of Bomb. Real Israelites don't go to war, y'all. Don't kill, don't spill blood, none of that. We just come with that light. Whoever don't come in agreement with it, they end up removing themselves. Chapter 15, Ark of Bomb. The king's palace and pyramids were surrounded by a wall of stone with 12 gates made of wood and iron. The wall was sufficiently wide for 12 men to walk abreast on, and the height of the wall was equivalent to 12 squares. On the summit of the wall were 12 houses for the accommodation of the soldiers who patrolled the wall, and in each and every gateway were houses for the keepers of the gates, so that no man, woman, or child could come into a palace or palace grounds without permission. And it came to pass that when Leo Thomas, the king's daughter, walked near the river, accompanied by her maid, she saw a child in a basket among the bulrushes. Leo Tanas commanded her maids to fetch it to her, and when she looked upon it and saw it was an Israelitish child, she said, the gods have sent him to me. He shall be my child. They carried the child to the palace, and Leo Tanas said to the king, behold, a wonder of wonders. I have found the Israelitish child in a basket in the rushes, and only gods know how it came or how it scaled the walls. Remember, you can't even get onto the palace grounds, you know what I mean, without permission. So the fact that Moses is floating, you know what I mean, within the confines of the palace in the waters is a clear miracle. Because can't nobody get in or out without, you know what I mean, the guards and all that. Look at this. The king said, keep the child, and it shall be both a brother and a son to you. Nevertheless, my guard shall find the way my grounds are entered, or blood will be upon them. But after some days, and when the search had been completed and no way discovered as to the manner of the child's ingress, the king issued a decree commanding 1,000 Israelitish male children to be put to death. Good night. Moses among the rest, unless the mother of the child, Moses, came and confessed as to the manner of ingress. Like, how does the child get up on these palace grounds? King allotted 3 days in which time the matter should culminate. But nevertheless, the mother did not come and confess. And the king called his daughter and said to her, what shall be done? Leo Tanakh said, the king's word must not be broken. Nevertheless, you gave the child to me, saying, keep it, and it shall be a brother and son to you. Immediately I sent my maids to procure an Israelitish woman as nurse for the child. I set my heart upon the child, nor can I part with it and live. Last night I consulted the oracle concerning the matter, for I saw that your mandate must be fulfilled. The king said, and what did the oracle say? Leo Tanakh said, proclaim word abroad that the nurse of the child is its mother. Now I beseech you, O king, let it be heralded abroad that all is confessed. The king, seeing the child relented, and word was proclaimed as Leotinas had desired. And moreover, the matter was entered in the reporter's house, that the mother of the child had made the basket and placed it where it was found, though no reason was assigned for the action. Such then was the Egyptian explanation. Now the truth of the matter was, this is what happened. Look at this. Now the truth of the matter was, the angels of the Creator came to Jochebed, Moses' mother, and said, your son's name shall be Moses, signifying a leader forth, for he shall deliver the Israelites out of bondage, but he shall be taken from you, and you will not find him, for the angels of the Creator will deliver him into Leotinas' hands, and she shall adopt him as her brother and son, and bestow upon him the education of a prince. Jochebed feared, for in those days male children of Israelites' parents were outlawed, nor could any man be punished for slaying them. Jochebed prayed to Jehovah, saying, your will be done, O Creator. I know your hand is upon my son. But I ask of you, O Father, that I may come to the princess and be her nurse for the child. The angel of the Creator said, swear before the Creator you will not tell the child that you are his mother. Jochebed said, though I am commanded by the king, yet I will not admit that I am the mother. And it is your will, O Creator. And Jehovah's angels fashioned a basket. Look at that. They carried the child and placed it where it was found by Leotinas and her maids. And Leotinas, seeing it was a Hebrew child, commanded the maids to go and bring an Israelite woman and nurse it. And the maid went out beyond the Utah gate and found and brought Jochebed, the child, Moses' mama. No one knew she was his mother. That's cold, because even the oracle told her, just tell the nurse you got for the baby, just make it announced that that nurse is the mother the whole time it is. That's cold. That's cold. And when Jochebed had come before the princess, the latter said to her, nurse the child, for I will be its mother and its sister. The gods have delivered it into my hands. And Jochebed said, it is a good child. I will nurse it for you. So Moses was nursed up by his mama. Ain't that something? Moses grew. You got a physical description of Moses. Moses grew and became a large man, being a pure Ahuan, so just like Abraham. 2,400 years earlier. Moses is 1553 BCE. Abraham is 3953 BCE. That's 2,400 years. Moses, 2,400 years later, is from the same exact stock as Abraham. Ahuan. Ahuan. And these same Ahuans is all over the world, even in the Americas. The Anhui, the Negro, Ahuan. Ahua is on all the megalithic structures in the Americas. Look up the names up. You're going to see Ahua or Wahua in them. These signifying who built them. These men were large, copper colored. Moses grew and became a large man, being a pure Ahuan, copper colored, and of great strength. And Pharaoh, having no son, bestowed his heart on Moses and raised him as a prince, having provided him with men of great learning to teach him. Moses was master of many languages, and also made acquainted with kings and queens and governors, born there. And he espoused the cause of the king, dominions held 7 kingdoms beyond each of his tributary kingdoms, which paid taxes to Pharaoh. So Moses, I want to, large and copper colored. You got the description of Moses when he put his hand in the bosom and it came out white. He put it back in and it turned back to his other flesh. But the Oahspe description of Moses and Abraham is undeniable. The description. Now the pictures in Oahspe, they don't match with the description. We'll keep it real with you. Like, really we ain't even caught up in what a thing look like. We looking more, you know what I mean? But a lot of people so caught up in, that's the white man's book and all that. Why is Abraham and Moses described as large copper-colored Ahuans? I mean, their physical, it's more of a physical description about Moses and Abraham in the Oahspe than it is in the book. It's real vague. That's for those who are just so caught up in the flesh. Now, that to us, it don't even matter. You know what I mean? Difference number 3. The physical description of Moses is clear-cut in the Oahspe. It is the same description as Abraham, large and copper-colored. Also in the biblical narrative, Moses put him in the ark and them into the river to save him. In Oahspe, it was the angels of the Creator that put him into the ark and into the river. See that? That's Exodus 2:11-15. Oahspe, chapter 15, Ark of Bond, verse 31. So Moses and his brother Aaron traveled about in the land of Egypt, calling together Rabban families, explaining to them and urging the people to get ready for departure out of Egypt. For 3 years they labored thus, and it became known far and near that the project was on foot. So this is like 1556. 1550 BCE. Look at this. And the oracles of the Egyptians prophesied that when the Israelites were once out of the country, they would unite with the kingdoms where Moses had been ambassador and return and overpower the Egyptians. And in order to stigmatize Moses, they said he fled away from Pharaoh's palace because he had seen 2 men, an Egyptian and an Israelite, fight, and that Moses slew the Egyptian and buried him in the sand. And the recorders thus entered the report in the reporter's house. Moses was of a tender heart, and he inquired of the Great Spirit, saying, will a voice of justice ever speak on my behalf? See, because the Bible will tell you that Moses fled Egypt because he murdered a man. He looked this way and that way and killed dude and covered his body in the sand. Right? Oahspe is revealing that Moses never killed anyone. Oahspe is revealing that Abraham never went and slaughtered the kings to get back Lot and all that. Remember, the Creator never condones, is never commanded to go to war and spill blood, ever. See, so now you even get the murderer's jackets off the great men in the Bible. Abraham was not a murderer. He armed his men and go kill all these kings and people just to get back the inhabitants of Sodom and Gomorrah. Moses is not a murderer. He didn't look this way and that way and kill an Egyptian and put him in the sand, bury him in the sand, because him and the Egyptian was fighting. See? They straight putting the jacket of murder on both these brothers. Here come Oahspe clearing it up like, nah. The Creator through his angel answered Moses, saying, suffer your enemies. Allow your enemies to put on record what they will. For the time will surely come when the truth shall be revealed to men. We're hearing it now. Pursue your course, for it shall be shown that you who do still visit the king. Yet, had you fled as the record stated, you would not have returned with the report hanging over your head. Yeah, report of murder hanging over your head, boy. If Moses was a fugitive from Egypt for murder, he would have never returned with that report hanging over his head. That's another way you can tell that's false. Tell you mean he's on the run from murder, and he just skipped back into Egypt out of nowhere. Difference number 4. While they both talk about our great brother Moses, Oahspe states that Moses never killed anyone. The whole tale that he laid someone down and hid his body in the sand is a lie, and if anybody Egyptians sustain Moses' character. Damn, son. Moses and the Passover lamb. If y'all get some understanding, spend some vortices in the chat, man. We working today. You feel me? We working today. We gonna read through this right here. Then we'll just do a part 2 to this as well. Feel me? We ain't gonna get through all this today. We don't wanna load you up too much. Some of this stuff start getting past you. But I mean, it's a long document. It's still about 80 pages long. Feel me? So long as the understanding is being had, that's all that matters. Let's get into this He says, anyone else hearing music? Yeah, there's some music jamming in the back. You truth seeker, you like that music jamming or not? Yes, we got some jazz, laid back, some cool little vibes playing in the background. Absolutely. Moses and the Passover lamb. Let's get some understanding, because Passover will be here in a couple months. Right? Exodus 12, 1, 3-13. The Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, speak ye to all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month, they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. If the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it, according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb. Your lamb should be without blemish, a male of the first year, 1-year-old male lamb. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it and eat. They shall take of the blood and strike it on the 2 side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it. They shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden, boiled at all with water, but roast with fire. Eat his head, his legs, and with the purtenance, the entrails, the organs thereof. Y'all understand, Bible commands you. Exodus 12:9 to eat the head of the lamb, the legs, and the entrails, the organs. If y'all understand that the Bible is telling you, you gotta eat lamb head, lamb legs, and lamb shitterlings, the purtenance, the guts, the organs. If y'all understand it, throw a 2 in the chat. I mean, am I making that up? Ain't that what it say? Ain't that what it say? You supposed to eat the lamb's head. His head with his legs and with the entrails, the purpose thereof. Y'all, you supposed to eat lamb shitterlings for Passover. You supposed to eat the head of the lamb. I ain't making none of that up. That's what it's like. You supposed to eat the lamb's head. His legs, and with the purtenance. The purtenance are the entrails, the organs, the guts, all that nasty stuff. Look what it says. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. You mean you got to eat that, all the head, all the entrails, and that which remained of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. What it say? And thus you shall eat it. Your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You should eat it in haste. Hurry up. It is the Lord's Passover. I will pass through the land of Egypt this night. I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. Against all the gods of Egypt, I will execute judgment. I am the Lord. And the blood shall be to you for a total upon the houses. Look at this, man, the blood. Without the sacrifice, the ways of the Creator is love, life, and liberty to all, without the sacrifice to me. When I see the blood, I will pass over. The plague shall not be upon you to destroy you. I'll smite the land of Egypt. Notice biblical Yahweh is commanding the slaughter of the Passover lambs and the blood of those lambs, the token for redemption. What does Oahspe have to say? Chapter 16, or combined. Let's get into it. And Moses appointed the 10th day of the month of Abib, when all the people should start. And moreover, he said to the heads, you shall see to it that the night before they start, at the hour of sunset, the very moment the sun sets, every family shall offer a lamb in sacrifice. Every man and every woman and every child that can speak shall covenant to Jehovah in the blood of the lamb. Hold on, Moses. Listen, hold on. The time of the slaughter is at hand. The family shall stand around, and the lamb shall be in their midst, bound head and foot. When the knife is raised for the blow, no one shall speak. For that which is to be shall be the covenant of the blood, the covenant of the blood of the lamb against Egypt. And when the throat is cut across, y'all heard this? And when the throat is cut across and the blood floweth, they shall say, in Egypt the lamb of Jehovah is dead. His God shall go from here with Israel. But Egypt shall be accursed from this night, except this, my covenant with you, O Creator. For innocent blood has been shed as a testimony for you, that with tomorrow's rising sun, I rise to never again lie down in Egypt. What happened, y'all? Moses just performed a blood ritual. Moses just performed a blood ritual to bind a curse on Pharaoh, God, and Egypt by performing the Passover sacrifice of spilling lamb blood. Moses did that. Creator never commanded. Moses took it upon himself to curse Pharaoh and Egypt. The lamb blood. Look at this. Thus, when Aaron and Akkad bearing this message in secret to the heads of the houses of Israel, saying to them, thus says Moses, this is the commandment of the Almighty, the Creator. Aaron and Akkad said that Moses told them the Almighty commanded it. Really? Walk upon 16 and 15. And now, on the eve of the success to the Israelites, the king of Egypt, being at the point of death, sent for Moses. And Moses went to him. The king said, if it should be the Lord's will to take me up before your people are gone, you will have great father, my successor, new God, as a great aid toward Israel. So this is Moses, basically stepfather, Amenemhet III. We did the research. Moses was Amenemhet IV, Amenemhet III. He didn't have a son whose daughter, Sobek Nephru, you know what I mean, would have been Leo Tanas, who adopted Moses as a son and a brother. 1553 up in there. You know what I mean? Look at this. Moses said, what then shall be done? The king said, behold, the pestilence is overspread in Achuat and Arabina. Your people will be cut off from traveling their way. Nugan and his courtiers dwell in Oahspe. Moses replied, my people shall march through Najuat and Arabina. Neither shall the pestilence come upon them, for the hand of the Almighty is in this matter. Leo Tanas learned that Moses was with the king and went in to see him. He said, oh, my son and brother, you are welcome. Behold, the trials of the royal court and the persistence of the nobles are the death of the king. This the king said, and still I live, Leo Tanas. But alas, these were his last words, for he laughed. And the blood burst through his heart. He died then and there in Moses' arms. According to Oahspe, the Creator never commanded the slaughtering of the Passover lambs. Moses took upon himself to do a blood ritual to exact a curse on Egypt and its new king, Pharaoh Nugan. Walk 17. Pharaoh said, for these things to be, God would have come to more noble quarters. You are beside yourself, and I banish you, nor will I again look upon your face. Moses said, whether in this world or the next. Moses said, whether in this world or the next, you should get called to me to deliver you from torments. Nevertheless, I do your bidding. Neither will I come to you again, nor should you look upon my face for a long season. With that, Moses and Aaron salute the king and departed. Moses told Nugon, you're going to call on me to deliver you out of torments in this world. The system in order of the creator is whatever you spill, you must clean up. Remember, Moses put a blood curse on Pharaoh. If this curse followed him once he died, was Moses still responsible for the spirit of the man he cursed, even after death? So, Creator never commanded slaughtering of the Passover lamb. This is something Moses took upon himself to curse the new Pharaoh and you understand? Then he told him, you're going to call on me to get you together one of these days, in this world or next. You understand? Because he knew he had just put a curse on dude and it will follow him. You feel me? Now let's get into this. Esper, Oahspe. Moses in heaven pays the judgment of the Creator. Look at this. Hamadonastus, one of the chief marshals of God for the heavenly city of paradise, came before the throne, duly saluting and saying, "O God, Son of Creator, I was speaking for you." God said, "Speak, my son." Hamadonastus said, "There stands outside the city of paradise, beyond the pillars of fire, and in the company of your high-raised captain, one newcomer, delivered from one of the hells of Hassa over Egypt." And he cries out continually, "O God, Son of Creator, deliver me. Deliver me." Oh, Moses, y'all, this is thousands of years later. It's thousands of years later. That's crazy. Look at this. He is distracted, continuing using the same words over and over without ceasing. Now behold, the nurses and physicians have tried all the remedies they can invent, but failed utterly to break the spell upon him. So even those in the spirit world who specialize in restoring chaotic spirits, they couldn't even, because it wasn't their duty to reverse it. Moses is the one that put the curse on him. Moses got to come clean it up. For 70 days they have labored, and as a last resort, they have brought him here in order to learn from you. God said, "New God, is not one of the pharaohs who took up arms against the faithless, the Israelites of Egypt? Return Hamadonastus to the keepers of this man, and have him blindfolded so that he may endure the light of the throne. Ooh. Then you and his keepers shall bring him before me." He like blindfold, dude. This light gonna melt him. Look at it. Hamadonastus saluted and departed, and after a certain time returned with the keepers and Nugon, who was crying out unceasingly, even as had been said. And now when he was quite before the throne of God, God said to him, Behold me, I am God, Son of the Creator. Look at that. God is your brother, y'all. You're praying to God. I am God, Son of the Creator. What may I do for you? But the man did not hear what God said, but kept crying out as before. So God said to the keepers, "Remove the blinds a little so that the light may come upon him." They removed the blinds a little, but lo and behold, the light made him more distracted than before. And when God saw his deplorable suffering, he inquired of his keepers as to how long the man had been in hell. How long this nigga been? Like, bruh, like this cat is in a very horrible situation. How long he been in hell? And they said 76 years. Good night, and in a knot for 3 years. Damn near 80 years. Man, what? Good night. God said, "I know that this is Pharaoh who persecuted the Yahudim. Take him again outside the walls and retain him there. I will send one of my swift messengers to Lika in Ethereum, who knows the abiding place of Moshe. Perhaps Moses put a curse upon him. If so, only Moses can deliver him." Remember that, y'all. Remember that. What you spill, you got to clean up. Moses didn't escape this responsibility even after death. Even after death, responsible. He put a curse on dude. You know what I mean? And he in a horrible condition, spiritually speaking. And since you spilled it, since you put that on him, you gotta clean it. You know what I mean? You gotta clean that. All right, if that makes sense. Look at the justice of the Creator. That makes sense. Drop some 5s in the chat, y'all. I mean, drop some 5s in the chat. Moses should be the one that pulled the cursive off of him. He the one that put it on him by spilling lamb blood. So during the Passover, you got millions of people every year still spilling lamb blood. You know what I mean? Eating lamb, putting blood over the doorpost. Or some people don't even put blood. They go get some red confetti paper, tape it up to the, tape it over the doorpost. You gotta realize this is a curse that Moses put on Pharaoh himself. The Creator never commanded it. Creator never commanded it. Why you think it's saying in Jeremiah, I ain't never commanded y'all to sacrifice and burnt offerings in the day y'all left Egypt. I've never commanded that. Moses did. He took it upon himself to do. See? And it was signed in blood. And the keepers took the spirit, new God, outside the city as commanded by God, and God sent swift messengers. Aropanitis, sister of Raban, and an arrow ship of fire to the Ethereal worlds of Gusawanicha. Leka's sojourning place at the time, commanding her to lay the matter before the Nirvanian chief Leka. A high raised brother, Nirvanian chief. You talking about one of them titles you gonna hold back. You got the sisters involved. Shout out to the sisters, man. I know when you get down to Orthodox religion, it seems like there ain't no place for the sisters, man. In the Creator's kingdom, in Oahspe, and the sisters are high raised. They not playing no games. None. No, baby. None. Look at this. It says right here, verse 13. Now the report continues in the words of Aropanitis, that is, these are her words namely, in not many days' time I came before Jehovah's throne upon which sat Leka. Notice that Leka is a son of the Creator, and he's sitting on the Creator's throne. The Creator is not in the form and figure of a man. Right? They build, the true God and them build thrones in the heavenly kingdom and name the thrones after the Creator. This is the Creator's throne. And they are the only ones, they are the ones that sit on it. Gods and goddesses. You know what I mean? But the Creator is not in the form and figure of a man. He's ever present. He's unseen. See that? But you notice the consistent system in order throughout Oahspe. Oh, okay. Yeah, that does say Jehovah's throne, but who's sitting on it? One of his sons or daughters. In his name. See that? Hear that? Now look at this. It said, now the report continues in the words of Aropanitis, that is, these are her words, namely, in not many days' time, I came before Jehovah's throne upon which sat Leka, to whose Ethereal provinces the solar phalanx was now traveling. The solar phalanx is the solar system, our solar system. It's traveling through Leka's Ethereal province. The earth is moving and the sun is moving. You know what I mean? And it has to travel. It has to travel. You know what I mean? It's now traveling, and I told him the story of New God. After which Leka, son of Jehovah, said, let my reporters of destinations go find Moses. And if it is true that Moses put a judgment on New God, then Moses must return. Responsibility, yo. Death does not erase your responsibility. Whoever you harm, you gotta heal. Moses harmed dude. Even though dude was a stand-up enemy, not stand-up, was a die-hard enemy against us. Understand? Moses spilled lamb blood for the sole purposes of binding this cat, tormenting this cat. Then Moses must return to the lower heavens and deliver him. The justice of the Creator reaches to all time and place. See that? that. Heraponitis continues. So I saluted before the throne of the Creator, and in company with the reporters of destination started forth again in realms. And after passing through 7 worlds and more than 300 Nirvanian kingdoms, boy, we entered the plains of Sapios, where the colleges, schools, and embassies belonging to the Turkspan board of Retivius are situated. And here we found Moses. Moses off in the higher heavens. Hey, getting busy. You know what I mean? Learning more and more about Creator. But what he did while he was on earth, he still ain't settled all that. Look at this. Who haven't been told that he was inquired after, no sooner looked upon us than he prophesied the cause. Moses said. Moses knew that eventually he was going to have to clean it up. He knew it. No, Moses asked me, because you have come for me, you have awakened in me that which slept all these hundreds of years. Yes, it is true. I put a curse upon Pharaoh. See, lamb blood. And you got Israelites to this day playing the ritual out. Then the blood of Jesus behind it, because he's the Lamb of God. You like, look, y'all over here playing a game. For one, who we call Yeshua was murdered by urine-drinking, black-hearted bastards. It had nothing to do with replacing the sacrifices that the Creator never ordained anyway. He wasn't never commanded you to go slay his innocent animals so you can chew on them. No, Yeshua, our big brother, was murdered because he brought the light of the Creator right to your face. And you murdered him. They murdered him. He was murdered by some urine-drinking, black-hearted bastards. So we can remove his death, replaces the sacrifice. No, y'all killed that man. Innocent blood, murdered him. And now we can take this, him dying for the sacrifice, take it off the table too, because Moses did that on his own accord. And that curse through lamb blood followed both him and Nugon into the spirit world. If y'all understand that, drop some poles into that, man. Land of the folk tribe. Guatemala. That's right. That's right, girl. That's what the girl saying. Shout out to Essay. That's to say one love created gang. That's right. That's right. I ain't ready for no light like this, man. It don't matter. We gonna bring it anyway. We ain't gotta be ready. We gonna bring it out anyway. Drop some fold. Shit, let's keep moving. Moses said, alas me, because you have come for me, you have awakened in me that which slept all these hundreds of years. Yes, it is true, I put a curse upon Pharaoh. For I said to him, you shall yet call upon me to deliver you out of torments. And I added to it afterwards, saying of the blood of the sacrifice of the Lamb. This shall be the testimony of innocent blood against yourself and your people for what the Hebrews have suffered. Instead of this, I should have forgiven. Instead of slaying innocent lambs and throwing blood up everywhere, Moses said, I should have just forgave. Now, I remind you, this was a commandment that Moses gave of his own accord that put a curse on Pharaoh and Egypt that followed him into the afterlife, that Moses finally got to undo himself. And if that's the case, look at how many billions of people who have kept this same ritual since 1550. Good night, boy. Do you even know what you are continuing to do? You over talking about you pleading blood. I plead the blood. And I understand, I was there. right? It's only till the blinders fall off and you start saying, hold on. It's a lot of misdirection going on up there. What is that? Who is that? Why does that say that? Like, what the? See? Once you understand the character of your maker, you can't be fooled. Feel me? I know a group of cats that actually go kill lambs for Passover. They go grab that joker, grab him by his legs and the back of his neck, put him on his side, put their knee right down, right there up under his neck, pass me the blade, Saul. Yeah, you mean? That was how Moses put the curse on Pharaoh. That was the work that he had to undo himself. That was what he said. I should have just forgave him. I should have just forgave him. Let that be testimony within our own lives, man. We so hell-bent, like getting that get back. You know what I mean? Now, we're gonna apologize to me. Get some get back. It'd have been way better for the lambs and way better for everybody else if he was just forgave, not forgave. But you ain't know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You already about to pour some stuff down on yourself. You know what I mean? Instead of this, I should have forgiven. Oh, Creator, I have sinned before you. Look at that. The spilling of that innocent lamb blood to bind the curse on Pharaoh was a sin. It's murder. And this thing has been played out. It's been billions of lambs slaughtered since then. Billions. Good night, boy. And you have searched me out after all these years and brought the matter home to me. You are just, O Almighty. You are just, O Almighty. In your name, and by your wisdom and power, I will return to the lower heavens and take in charge the man and people I adjudge. He's like, I gotta go ahead and clean that up. I should have forgave him. I mean, especially look where we at. Look where I'm at now. I'm up in the higher heavens in Ethereum. I mean, I'm chilling in Lika's province, and I gotta go to the lower heavens and undo what I did. See, I'd have been better off just forgiving. So examine your own life. I'm pretty sure it's people in your own life you just let it go, man. And I tell one of my sons that all the time, boy, if you don't let all of the anger go, let it go. You ain't doing nothing but hurt yourself. Let it go. Let it go. I mean, look, trip off this. I'm y'all little bro. You know how many cats I could have been going tit for tat back and forth with? Elders, soft ass brothers, you know what I mean? Disloyal sisters. Like, man, look, I could have been just exposing everything over these years. Nah, man, let that go. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm valid without having to throw somebody under the bus. To throw nobody under the bus for me to bust my shit out, bust my spiritual straps out here, should I say? To ring some bells and get some furniture moving. I don't need to diss nobody. But you got to get to the spot in your spirit to where what somebody else is doing, that don't concern me. It don't concern me. It don't consume me. I don't pay attention to it. Look, it don't even exist in my mind. That's how you got to be. Other than that, you be bound, stuck. Look at this. Look at this right here. And Moses wept. Look at that. Look at that. And Moses wept, and he gave command to the builders to provide him at once with a suitable boat of great fleetness. He's like, look, y'all gotta build me a ship. Because how he gonna get from where he at down to the lower heavens? He gotta fly there. Not him sprouting wings and flying. They build those heavenly ships, chariots. And we tell the, hey, look, hey, go ahead and give me a suitable boat of great fleetness. And then Moses procured 30,000 volunteers to go with him. And when all things were ready, Moses took leave of his companions, and he and his host entered his fire boat. And presently our two vessels were underway as if in a race for the red star of the earth. Hurry up and get to it. After some days, we arrived in the heavens of the earth. The atmosphere is the heavens of the earth. At the city of paradise, the abiding place of God, true God. Okay? God said, shall we not have a day of recreation? That's tight to me though, man, knowing that they still have time for recreation and rest in the heavens. You know what I mean? They ain't just up there with an iron back and just humming all day. They be having times of recreation. So shall we not have a day of recreation? For Moses said, no. Moses like later for all the, you know, the keying and ha-haing later for all that. I'm here to finish business. Moses said, no, till I have delivered Nugon, who was Pharaoh, there can be no peace. I'm not here to kick cans and hold hands. Shout out to nigga boy. I ain't the type to kick cans and hold hands. Permit therefore your marshals to go to the keepers of this man and bring him before his throne. And soon Nugon was brought in again, all muffled up to keep the light from hurting him. And he was still crying out, oh God, Son of Creator, oh Moses, Moses, Moses. And when Moses saw this, he was nearly overcome by the pitiful sin. This is all because of the blood curse he put on the lamb. Moses brushed away his tears and rose up, raising his hands to the Creator, saying, light of your light, light of your light, O Creator. Power of your power, O Creator. Deliver him whom I cursed. Y'all remember that. Them prayers work for him, they work for you. Matter of fact, hit you for something better. Come up with your own prayers. Light of your light, O Jehovah. Power of your power. Deliver him whom I cursed. Put his grief and sorrows upon me who has sinned. A mantle of yellow light, cloud light descended upon Moses as he stood transfixed before Creator. All the place was still as death. The blinds and muffles on Nugon fell off, and he stood silent and motionless, gazing with fixed awe upon the holy scene and upon Moses on the throne of God. Oh, remember, this was Pharaoh that was persecuting us during the time we was in Egypt. Look at this. By the time the blinders come off, Moses is on the throne. Dang. Spirit of the Creator moved upon the holy place and the musicians felt the power. It was the light of one who was mighty from the ethereal world. Gently then the music of 10,000 voices fell upon the holy audience. First mild as it far off, then louder and louder as it coming near. Till soon the words of the anthem proclaimed the Creator's praise. Nugon did not turn his eyes from the glory of Moses and the ethereal mantle, for he knew Moses, even as if it were only yesterday that they parted in Egypt on the earth. Slowly now Moses lowered his upstretched arms, and his hands were brilliant like yellow fire. And Moses said solemnly, all praise to you, Creator. You are just, you Almighty Creator. Nugon added, for through him is all deliverance. Look at Pharaoh. He got to get up. Remember, he been in hell 76 years and a hell not another 3. He delirious out of his mind. When it's time for the spirit to get restored, he giving it up. Right? Through him is all deliverance, worlds without end. Your praise I will sing forever, O Creator, O Most High God of Moses, my deliverer. This is Pharaoh. Make me strong, O Jehovah, so I can look upon him whom I persecuted and abused. And Moses looked upon Pharaoh. And Moses looked upon Pharaoh and said, these things had to be. You were the last of the pyramidal age of man. I was the first founder of the migration of the righteous. All things are done by Creator in his own way and time. As I have been bound by my curse upon you and your people, to come back to deliver you and them. So by your curse against Israel, you shall now return down to the earth and they will lift up Israel. So he's like, look, I'm delivering you and your people for what I did. But remember, when you was alive, you know what I'm saying? You harmed a lot of Israelites. So guess what you got to do? In spirit, now you being restored. You got to inspire the children of these same Israelites to righteousness. Dang, that's cold. That's cold. Slave master got to inspire the children of the slaves that he persecuted in spirit before he can get up out of here, raise higher and experience more of the Creator's glory. Slave master ain't got away with nothing. Slave master, Master Crenshaw and them, guess what they got to do? As spirits and angels, they have to work and inspire the children of the ones they persecuted toward righteousness. They got to be a righteous, inspiring force. Other than that, they're bound to the earth. Dang, look at this. For Israel has fallen from communities and has taken to kings in the same manner as the heathen and idolaters. Her people are divided and broken up, and many of them have become worshipers of the false gods who fall in Ashtaroth. It is. Yes, they are forgetful of my commandment of peace and love, and have taken a war and earthly aggrandizement. You should take with you 10,000 angels of exalted grade. This is what Moses is telling Pharaoh in spirit. Look, this is the judgment you got to go through now. Now you went through your torment and all that. You got your spirit restored. Now you got inspiring work of righteousness to do for the children of the ones you destroyed. That's your work before you can raise up out of here and be off into where Moses and them was chilling at. You got to correct your stuff too. You got to go back and correct what you spilled. You got to clean up what you spilled. You got to heal who you harmed. That was what he said. You should take with you 10,000 angels of exalted grades and go down to the earth to the habitation of who? The Israelites. And by inspiration, you and your host shall select and inspire those Israelites who are within reach of inspiration. You shall take them away from all others of their people and from the heathen and idolatrous tribes that are round about them. And you and your host shall abide with these mortals, these Israelites, hundreds of years, reestablishing them in peace and non-resistance, in the matter of the doctrines of the Essean world, the spirit world. And you shall call them who? Essenes, so that they may be distinguished from all other people's bags, right, boy? The Israelites that were inspired live separate from the Orthodox Israelites and live righteously were called Essenes. Just so happened that there's an Essean world or spirit world. Essene means spirit man. And you shall, this is what Moses is telling Pharaoh, you and your angelic host, you gonna name them Essenes. So a lot of us study the Essene in Nazarene literature. You know there are spiritual or angelic communions with the angels that the Essenes were doing, right? How about now you know who exactly them angels were? That was the Pharaoh that was persecuting us in Egypt and his angelic host. Sent by Moses to inspire these Israelites or Essenes, you know what I mean? And mighty works of righteousness for a couple hundred years, down to when Yahshua was born, so that they can finally raise up out of the earth and get to the higher heavens. But until before then, they had to come and do this righteous work. Now you know who the angels are that these things were in communication with. It was the spirit of Pharaoh and his people that was persecuted in Egypt that Moses put the curse on through the lamb blood. After he reversed the curse, he told him, well, this is the work you got to do. You still got work to clean up. Or work to do. You still got a mess to clean up. And he named them Essenes. Dang, that's cold. Shout out to the Essenes and Nazarenes, man. And you should call them Essenes so that they may be distinguished from all the peoples. New God said, your decree is most just, O Moses. And I know in truth your words are the creator. Tell me, how long shall this labor be for me and my host? Moses said, some hundreds of years. The slave master got to do, y'all. Redemptive work. Hundreds of years, some hundreds of years, until you have raised a light sufficient for creator, so that peace and love and the doctrine of good for evil is again reestablished from the blood of the Israelites, even as by the blood of the Lamb I delivered Jehovah's people out of Egypt. You got to do that labor for a couple hundred years, Jack. Build that you claim it. And when you have perfected the generations of the Essenes, certain Louis, spiritual matchmakers, spiritual geneticists, shall be sent to you from the throne of God. And they will labor with you until an Israelite capable of the Father's voice is born into the mortal world. That Israelite that's capable of the Father's voice, y'all, is none other than Yahshua the Saint. You know, Yeshua HaMashiach today. That was the mortal that was, or the Israelite that was capable of hearing the Father's voice. So that means that that the angels that showed up and the whole angelic host and all that, now you know who they are. It's Pharaoh and them doing their redemptive work from the blood they shed amongst the Israelites back in 1552 BC. And they got put on that path after Moses cursed them through lamb blood. He had to go back and reverse the curse. He told them, you're going to labor amongst the Israelites for a couple hundred years. Spirit, you're going to inspire them toward righteousness. You're going to name them Essenes. You know what I mean? And you're going to labor for a couple hundred years until there's an Israelite born who's capable of the Father's voice. Then y'all get about it. Dang, bro. The system and order is off the chain. Look at this. Moses said, I will give you a new name. Moses said, I will give you a new name, and I will clothe you in garments of my own making, so that they would rather flee from you than come. And Moses gathered up on a yellow cloud like a mantle of light, and made a mantle for Newman, and clothed him. And he named it DELCE. Wasn't Jesus on the cross hollering, Eli, 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 lama sabachthani. Look what Pharaoh's name is spiritually. Moses named it Eli, 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 signifying servant of light. And after that, Elais was provided with 10,000 co-laborers assisted by Caphania back to the earth on his mission. God appointed 100 messengers to Pharaoh so that word could be transmitted every month to paradise. Good night. Difference number 5. We're going to end it right here. According to Oahspe, the Creator never commanded Moses to sacrifice innocent lambs and perform blood ritual, bind Pharaoh with a curse in order for the Israelites to be delivered out of Egypt. The shedding of innocent blood and cursing Pharaoh is a crime that Moses had to clean up after his death. Yes, the judgment of the Great Spirit is just. And we'll pick it back up here either tomorrow or the day after that, because it is the weekend. Similarity number 3, the story of Yahshua the Nazarene / Essene. You understand that? Man, if y'all got some understanding today and like what y'all heard today, y'all go ahead and spin that vortex up in the chat. You know what I mean? I want to get on today and chop it up with the fam a little taste. You dig? Other than that, I've been over here working on this book. The book is done, actually. Just designed the ebook cover yesterday. And I get off here, I'm about to go design the paperback cover. And I'm From there, get the copyright certificate, and that deal ready to upload. Book done. Book done. But I'm gonna upload it. I sold it January 30th. I might upload it on the 30th of January, or I may just do February 1st, like I said. You know what I mean? So that deal already done, man. Out here looking marvelous, getting it done. Feel me? So I can share that with y'all. Good taste. Had to go with a different design too. Let me stop screening real quick. Hold on. Let's make it happen. Let's see, share screen. Wow. I did a whole different design. Dang. From Darkness to Determination, a practical guide on how to conquer depression and trauma by yours truly, Malaki Macabee. That's the ebook cover design. 80 pages, between 75 and 80 pages in the book. It's a quick read, good read, easy read too. It's practical. You know what I mean? So, once I get done with the paperback design, which is gonna be the same, we just gotta format it properly. It's gonna be the same cover. And drop down for that copyright certificate today, which I'll have as soon as I, you know what I mean? As soon as I put the money on it. Book ready to fly, y'all. Book is ready to fly. You know what I mean? Darkness to Determination. I'll be dropping the link that y'all can go grab it. And again, ebook form and paperback. You feel me? It's gonna be like $9.99. The paperback gonna be like $19. Great read, dig? So I've been out here doing this too, working around the clock, just focus on getting the things that I need done. You know what I mean? Keep things moving, stay in motion, spin that vortex. Yeah, figure deal me, player. Y'all see that from Darkness to Determination. There's some butterflies in there. A practical guide on how to conquer trauma like the little brother Malaki Macabee. Yeah, February 1st or January 30th. I'm glad everybody got some understanding today, man. Y'all know ain't nothing but love and light. CGG is in the building. Challenge you to live to your highest light around these parts. So, play a little something on the way out of here. My brother Cosmon Cal. Matter of fact, I'm playing some Cal stuff. Cosmon Cal TV. Let's go ahead and play some of Cal stuff on the way up out of here. Y'all know the anthem already. At least you should. Nice vibes, nice vibes. All right, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and play this on the way out, though. Play this on the way out. Bang, bang, bang. Share screen. Cosmon Cal. I'm glad y'all got some understanding today, man. Look, all praise to the ever-present creator that always was, is, and never shall be, the mighty and great spirit, the mighty and great I am. We'll continue the presentation. It's a very long one. Just break it up into, a couple hours at a time. Overload the plate. We'll come back and just continue to chop it up. Slow down, get the understanding. As y'all see, marvelous light over this way, no matter what nobody's saying. It's marvelous, marvelous light. Love, light, balance of the fam. Let's work.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feel it when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air,
Just that child theft, that child main, that papa bull, that towel main, since sunset in the arc of Wayne. My brain moving like towel saying, so ass above, it's so below. That up there, that down thing, this flow is atmospheric. I call that a ground game. See, water is knowledge, so if I'm teaching, you're learning. So how your God make a sun without vortexing and current? See the pattern is ponic, I'm reaching out for my people. Oahspe flow through your speakers, you feel the force of the ether. And when the force hits the equal, I'm taking off like an eagle. Police popped the pastor yesterday for pushing put equal. My DNA is Moshe. Mix that thing with higher water. My spirit rate is OTN. It's just a higher order. Got more light than Kavita. Rap a lot just like Tila. Went from sinner to saint. Shout out my big homie Sela. Got more torque than a sports car. Got more work than a door star. In the 4 million I make, I'm giving the Dr. Uma, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Super 7 in my rites and ceremonies. I'm married to Jehovah, holy matrimony. Confucius say, in the words of Kai, you, before you hit the tomb, be a bridegroom. Only got one question for Miss Susan B. On how to last Ahu when it's now a Angui. Blame my inspiration, I'm just thinking thoughts. But in the way of God, we gon' keep it short. Why Jesus wanna kill me, Matthew 10:34. Just a couple questions that I'm needing to know. Oahspe flow is so potent, set the vortex in motion. Super 7, I'm floating across the Aegean Ocean. Oh, you a Muslim now, so I guess you make it a lot. Well, I'm a Israelite, I'ma make you met the Shabbat. Got Moses on the bumper, super slap off in my spaceship photosphere. So I stay lit, peace and light to the faith is so yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feeling up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah. Put that Super 7 in the air. Tell me how you feeling when you feel it up there. When you in the sky, breathing rarefied air. When you breathing rarefied air, oh yeah.